Hey everyone, Cash here, back with another video from MLB The Show 16. Today I bring you another potential test in franchise mode, and today our player is a highly touted youngster, not really a prospect anymore. He burst onto the scene last year, but it is none other than Kris Bryant, third baseman for the Chicago Cubs. You see he comes in at an 87 overall. He's 24 years old, has the A potential, and you can already see some of his attributes are pretty solid. His contact and power is hanging right around 70, except for his contact versus righties is 76. His discipline is 90, clutch 76. His durability pretty high. His fielding is okay. Arm strength not the greatest, so we'll have to keep an eye on whether his fielding stats go up. And his speed is 67, stealing not much of a stealer. But he did play one full season in the bigs last year. Obviously did very well. You see he hit 275, 26 home runs, and 99 RBI. So we'll have to see how that compares here in these next 5 years. He's going to be batting cleanup in the lineup for the Cubs this year. And after season number 1, where's he going to go to? And he is only going to go up 1 point. He goes from an 87 to an 88. You see the changes in his attributes. His contact versus righties goes up. Lefties goes down 2. Power goes up 3. Goes up 8 for power versus lefties. Very good. Vision goes up. So the rest of the things going up, but nothing. Although the rest of them are going to go up 3. His fielding and his arm strength does improve very nicely. Goes up 3 across the board there. His ceiling's up a little bit, but all of those changes only come to an 80 or a 1 point upgrade. And you see his average was 274, so comparable to last year. Hits 29 home runs, only 81 RBIs this time, and then lower amount of steals, but still, all of those changes, I'm surprised he only went up 1 point. You see his attitude isn't affecting his overall at all, so it's not like that is holding him back. But we're going to move on now. End of season number 2. Let's see what he goes from here. He was an 88 after season 1, and there we go. That's what we like to see. Up to a 93 overall, and you see here everything looks to be going up. +1, +5, +5, another +8 to his power versus lefties. That's now an 86. So, and obviously, huge power hitter now. Discipline up to 95. His clutch is up to an 82. Durability goes up. His fielding, again, 3 points across the board. So he's turned into a pretty solid fielder. The arm strength and the arm in general is getting a little bit better. His reaction getting a little bit better. Nothing changes in the speed stealing category, but we're not really worried about that with Kris Bryant. Not going to be known for stealing, but he hits 262. The average actually goes down, but he does increase his home runs to 32, and his RBIs up over 100 to 105. So a good season for Kris Bryant. Now, as far as his attitude goes, how's that affecting things? And that is not. He's still just satisfied. So we're not even getting the benefit from his attitude, and it looks like he's unhappy with his contract, which I think he will be getting a new contract after this season. But now we're going to move on here. End of season number 3. So let's see what's he going to go up to now. And he stays the same. He is a 93 after the end of season number 3. And it's looking like he still has movements in his points. Now his power versus lefties takes a big dip. It goes down 5 points after last year. His contact goes up 2. Power versus righties went up 2. His discipline went up 2. Arm strength did go down. And then his reaction and his speed went down 1. Stealing went up 2 for some reason. So interesting. We'll see the numbers here in a second to see maybe what was the cause of this non-change. Because even with some of the numbers or some of the attributes that went up, it's surprising he didn't go up at all. But he hits 29 home runs, 90 RBIs, 278. So a pretty good season by most standards. But that does not mean that it's going to equate to a bump in his overall. Now let's take a look at his attitude. And this is, again, satisfied. So he still is unhappy with the contract, which I think it's now after this season he should be getting a new contract which might help, but still it's not hurting his overall at all. So let's now move on to the second to last season, season number 4, and he stays the same again. So has he capped out at a 93 overall? His contact actually goes down versus righties 3, +2 for lefties. The power goes down 2 again versus lefties. So that's now the same as his power versus righties. His vision went up 1, bunt went down 1, and then his arm accuracy this time is going to go down 1. Reaction goes up 1, speed down 1 again. So he's only 27 years old, but he's already starting to slow down. And then his stealing again randomly is going to go up 1. So the growth has definitely seemed to have kind of stopped you for Kris Bryant the last 2 seasons. He has not really done anything, and he's playing a full season, another 150 games. The average does dip down to 259. He hits another 29 home runs and another 92 RBI. So the power is definitely still there. The average is not, though, and another 8 stolen bases. So interesting that Kris Bryant is seemed to have stopped. Now, he did get a new contract, but he's already kind of unhappy with it, so he's still just satisfied. So at no point here have we gotten the benefit of him being happy to raise his overall. But here we go. Final season, after season number 5, what's he going to be? And here we go. He picks up 2 more points in the final year. His hitting stats go back up a lot. Power versus lefty gets an 8 point jump. That's the second time that has happened in 5 seasons. Actually, the contact versus lefties did go down. Versus righties, it went up 1. Vision goes up 4. And his durability went up 1. Fielding went up 1. No changes in his arm. And then his speed dropped again 1 point. The stealing and the base running aggression went up 3. He played 160 games, hit 270, hit 44 home runs. Wow. Okay, so that's why his power went up. 131 RBIs, 14 stolen bases. So a career year for Kris Bryant. Everything except for the average. So he's not a player that necessarily hits for average, but man, does this guy have power. And his attitude, again, satisfied. So we never got the benefit of being a happy guy. His contract, he was unhappy with every year, but because he's doing so well, he's continuously expecting more money. So Kris Bryant, 95 overall. I mean, that's not a huge jump from where he started, but I definitely would have to recommend Kris Bryant. The dude has major power, hitting a lot of home runs, a lot of RBIs. Can't hit for average. Obviously, he never hit over 300, but still very solid in that 270 range. Also a huge plus, he's a durable guy. He played a full season every year besides taking the games for just off days. So I definitely got to recommend Kris Bryant. Looks like a very solid player. 95 overall. I'd take it 95 overall all day. Still only 29 years old after 5 years, so who knows what he could get up to. But Kris Bryant is done going through the potential test. Let me know what you think about him in the comments down below. Also, let me know who you want to see in future potential test episodes. This series is for you, the viewers. I want to test out the players that you want to try in franchise, so let me do the dirty work for you. Let me know who you want to see down below, and I will do my best to get those in future episodes. So that's going to be it for this one. If you enjoyed the video, please go ahead and give it a like. I'd really appreciate it, and subscribe to see any future videos that I make. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.